All right, we are joined today by the head coach and student athletes from Murray State. From left to right, head coach Rochelle Turner, Caitlin Young, and Ava Learn. We will now, Coach, please begin with an opening statement, and then we'll open it up to questions from the student athletes.
Just want to congratulate Coach Jensen and Iowa. Man, their defense is underrated for sure. They took us out of everything that we tried to do, made everything hard, and her staff just do a great job. So we just want to wish them luck going forward. They got a really good team. They got inside, outside. Olsen can get to her spots at will, and then they've got shooters that can knock it down as well. So they have an opportunity to make a big run.
All right, at this time, we'll take questions for student athletes only.
Caitlin, so you've obviously had a great career here at Murray State, and this is going to be, your final game. So, just what are kind of your remarks of after your career here as a Murray State racer, and just tell me a little bit about how it's been and how you feel now, having come to an end.
Yeah, it's pretty sad coming to an end, but, I'm glad I came here. It was the best decision ever. Coach Turner and the rest of the staff do a great job putting the players in a great position, to succeed and just know what, the team can do good and just continue to push that. I've had great years here. All of my teammates are amazing. I love them, and I'm glad I went out on this year. This team has been awesome this year, and there's just really no regrets.
Ava, you kind of had to step
Reminder
up.
to please state your media
Zach
affiliation
Simmons,
and
Murray
name.
State News, my bad. Ava, you had a good game, 10 rebounds in the first half. You kind of had to step up pretty big with, especially when Caitlin got hurt. Just talk about, what this game did for you in your last game and how you feel with your career coming to an end here.
Obviously, I wish the turnout of the game was a little different, but I was proud of the fight that we put up because we knew it was going to be a rough game. We knew it wasn't just going to be handed to us. And I was definitely a little like, oh, cow, Kate's down. But I stepped up. I did what I needed to do. And it was definitely very hard for me when I had to come out when I fouled out. It wasn't how I wanted to end. But, hey, I went down fighting is what I can say.
Drayton Trumper and WPSD. Caitlin, so Coach Jensen from Iowa said, they really did a good job trying to game plan for you in the post. So could you kind of feel that on the court? Could you sense that they were playing you extra hard on defense and that sort of thing?
Yeah, they were definitely just kind of denying me everywhere. I'd try to get post-ups, touches at the elbow and things like that, and they were denying, probably not like they usually do. The game plan was definitely try to keep the ball out of my hands.
Zach Simmons, the Murray State News. Kate, how's the ankle feeling right now? I know that's kind of probably don't have anything you can say, but just how's it feeling? I know you tried to run on it, didn't really go too well, but just how are you doing right now?
It's all right. I'm able to walk, so that's good.
Anything else for the student athletes? One last one.
Drayton, WPSD. Ava, so tell me a little bit about your emotions when that final buzzer hits. I mean, you're also a senior, and you had a pretty good game as well, and obviously you played great in the NBC tournament. So just tell me a little bit about those emotions.
Well, I think all my emotions came out when I fouled out. It was very hard for me, but, like Kate said, I would not want to go any other way. This team is unbelievable. I love them all so much. The connection, and like Coach Turner always says, no one really cares whose game it is, what's happening. As long as we're winning together, that's all that matters, and I could not have finished it in a better way because that's my favorite type of basketball is when you're playing with your best friends and your sisters because I also think that's when you play the best basketball, so I was so grateful for that.
All right. We'll dismiss the student athletes at this time. Yeah. All right. Open it up to Coach for questions.
Drayton, WPSD. Coach, so tell me a little bit about what it means for you now that Caitlin's finished her career. And, obviously that was kind of a disappointing way for her to go out, but overall it's been a fantastic career. So what are your initial thoughts?
Well, exactly what I told her when I finally got to her and I bent down and I said, you didn't owe me another minute. You didn't owe this program anything. You've given this program everything. And that's truly how I feel about it. I mean, she, really changed the projection of this program, and she stuck with us when it was hard. and we did a system change, and she agreed to it, and she fought through that, and then the ability to go make money. She had that ability this year, but she never wavered. She said, I want to come back. I want to win a championship. And the special young lady that she is will be what I always remember. But she played her best basketball this season and got her jersey retired. Just an exceptional career for an exceptional young woman.
Zach Simmons, Murray State News. Coach, Caitlin's now done. Ava's now done. Trinity's now done. I know that's hard for you. We've kind of, in other press conferences, alluded to, like, we know the end's going to come, but what are your kind of thoughts and just what you guys have right now with Hallie and Haven playing good? Hallie led the team with 15 points tonight. So how confident are you that you guys can keep this level of play up without this great senior class?
Yeah, well, I mean, Ava and Trinity alone will be difficult to replace. I'll be forever thankful that those two young women chose Murray State and came and gave us their best 2 years of basketball. I don't think you replace people. I think you have to figure out a way to replace their productivity, to replace their efficiency. And I think those three kids gave us so many things, sometimes not even in the stat sheet, that it's going to be difficult to say, well, we'll replace them with this person or that type of player. They're a special group of seniors that have led us to this point. It's exciting that we have our guards back. Obviously, it's a guard-dominated game, so to be able to have Hallie and Haven back to kind of start the punch of leading us, to have Briley back, she'll be our only senior next year. But we got a lot of work to do, and the work begins now as far as getting better individually. Obviously, there's a portal. We have freshmen that we're really excited about that have already signed with us coming in, but we want this to not be just the one highlight. We want this to be the beginning of a highlight reel. So our goal is to put ourselves back in a position to be here again next year.
Kyle Huseman, Hawkeye Report. Obviously, you guys were at a pretty big disadvantage when Caitlin went down, then Ava fouling out. But just kind of before that, I was just curious what Iowa was able to do defensively to limit you guys from your standpoint. What did you see that Iowa did well today on the defensive end?
Well, I knew we were in trouble at the end of the first quarter. But just because I know our analytics and we were not getting out in transition. They did an outstanding job stopping us in transition. They were keeping us from getting into things that we wanted to get into very quickly, and we weren't making shots. So all the credit goes to them. Like I said, people don't give them enough credit for their defense. But I thought they really got after us. They really game planned well to try to keep Caitlin off balance. And then, again, when we're not making shots, it makes it difficult for us. I felt decent at 35-30, and then about 11 seconds later, I think it was a 12-point game. So, but that's what they can do. I mean, they have the ability to do that. They have so many players that can make plays. They had kids step up and make shots today that they don't even normally make. But that's what makes great teams. I mean, when kids can do things and step up and help their team win. So, people might want to make the narrative, well, if Caitlin hadn't got hurt. We were beat before Caitlin got hurt. So I'm not going to let's not take anything away from Iowa in any way, shape, or form. The game analytically wasn't going the way we needed to. The pace wasn't anywhere we needed to be, and the three-point shots weren't going in. So I want to make sure that they understand that they won the game and they did a great job.
Zach Simmons, Murray State News. Coach, seemed like y'all were playing a little bit of a slower pace today. Don't know if was that kind of the game plan, was maybe to go a little slower. I know that you guys have been fast-paced all season long. In the semifinal against Drake in the Missouri Valley Conference tournament, you slowed it down. You said might have been a little too soon. So did you want to try to play more up-tempo, or was the game plan try to slow it down a little bit against them?
No, the game plan was not to slow it down in any way, shape, or form, but Iowa slowed us down. I mean, they just got it. We couldn't get an out transition. We couldn't get our early post touches like we normally do. They just took us out of what we were trying to do. And then when the game slows down, then you have to be very efficient, and that means make shots and get stops, and we weren't able to do that. No, we knew the game. We knew we'd have to score 80 to 85 points to even have a chance. And so all the credit goes to them. We weren't able to get the game at the pace that we needed to.
Last question for me, Coach. Can you just give a message to Racer Nation? Obviously, I think you guys turned a lot of heads and really made it like, hey, women's basketball is fantastic. Murray State maybe it's turned a blind eye. So just what are your thoughts on how this season's gone from the fan perspective, and what's your message going forward?
Yeah, just really, really proud of our community and Racer Nation for the love that they showed our team all year long. They just kept showing up. In that 10-game winning streak, they were our sixth man. It just seemed like every night there were more and more people there. And to be able to win the championship in Evansville when half of Murray there just made it extra special. And then you go out today, we're in Oklahoma, and we had great number of fans. And as a coach, you want your young women to know that they're loved and they're appreciated. And Racer Nation did an outstanding job of showing our young women just that this year.
Last one up front.
So this is sort of similar to that, but you guys obviously have a year that you can celebrate. You were co-regular season champions, won the NBC tournament, and got the second playoff berth. So is it celebration going home? Like, you know, obviously you don't want the vibes to be low and the emotions and stuff like that. So is this going to be like a celebration of the team, of the season on your way back?
Absolutely. Our team and program is not defined by this 40 minutes. I mean, there were a lot of big moments and a lot of big minutes throughout the year. So that's the first thing I told these kids. This game does not define you. You know, it just wasn't meant to be today. And Iowa's a better basketball team today. I mean, that's basketball and that's sports. So we will definitely celebrate this. We will celebrate them individually and collectively. And we will make sure that they all know how much we appreciate what they have done for Racer women's basketball. And we hope to use this platform in recruiting. We hope to use this platform to shine a light on Murray State University as a whole. We have great ambassadors in that locker room, and I'm extremely proud of them.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Sure. Reminder, Hammond Communications will post a recording of this press conference in the NCAA Digital Media Hub. Transcript